Hello, I'm Kasim Hassan Ali. The Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission has recommended the prosecution of several individuals who have been linked to the multi-billion shillings of Anglo Leasing scandal. The Commission chairperson Momo Matemu says the Anglo Leasing files have already been forwarded to the Director of Public Prosecutions, Keriako Tobiko, with a recommendation to prosecute the suspects. Matemu did not, however, name the individuals the Commission once charged in court, only saying they will await Tobiko's directive. Those he once charged are said to have played direct or indirect roles in the multi-billion shilling scandal, whose investigations have stalled for years. The Law Society of Kenya has given Inspector General of Police David Kimaiyo 14 days of 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. curfew in Lamu or face legal action. LSK Chairman Eric Mutua says the curfew violates the rights of Lamu residents to earn their living and associate freely. Mutua says any security purposes the curfew was meant to serve should have been concluded in the last 4 months the curfew has been in place. Inspector General of Police David Kimaiyo extended the curfew for the second time last month following the Mpeketoni killings in June. The current curfew is meant to end on October 23rd.
Curfew which is imposed by the security forces or by the Inspector General, it is actually a violation of the Constitution on 2 accounts. One, the curfew has an effect which is social and economical in nature. You cannot extend it beyond the 4 months, and any extension beyond the 4 months will be unconstitutional and illegal. And therefore, we are now asking the Inspector General of Police to reconsider that position of imposing that curfew in Lamu, especially in the islands. And within 14 days, if that does not happen, the Law Society of Kenya, on behalf of the people of Lamu, as per this report, they will be able to file a suit to have this curfew declared as unconstitutional and illegal.
The Kenya National Examination Council says adequate measures have been put in place for this year's KCPE and KCSE examinations and urged candidates to desist from examination malpractices. Chief Executive Officer Joseph Kivulu says tough measures including 5-year jail term or a 2 million shilling fine will be slapped for those breaking the law. The council has also warned candidates found cheating will be barred for up to 3 years from sitting for any NEC exam.
Information that we have received so far indicates that there are people who are planning to get involved in examination irregularities. We have also been informed that there are fake papers that are being sold, and some of these papers we have intercepted and we have found they are just fake papers. There are people trying to use this time of the year to exploit the public with fake examination papers.
The High Court has dismissed the petition challenging the validity of Mombasa Governor Hassan Ali's degree certificate. The 3-judge bench has ruled that the case was premature because petitioners did not exhaust all other constitutional mechanisms to determine the degree validity. The bench was constituted by Chief Justice Willy Mutunga to deliver a ruling on preliminary objection raised by Deputy Governor Hazel Katana. The petitioners had urged the Joho's Kampala University degree, which he used to secure clearance to vie for the gubernatorial seat, was invalid.
Despite the orders we are about to make, we consider that this petitioner is not without a remedy, as he may utilize the avenues pointed out above, or as he may be otherwise advised by his counsel in addressing his grievance. We have said enough to demonstrate that the petition before us is premature and must be struck out in limine, and we so order. As regards costs, we consider that this was a public interest litigation, and we therefore direct that each party bears its own costs.
And in business, it is still uncertain whether Kenyan exporters to the European markets will get any refunds from the taxes they are incurring. This is after the Economic Partnership Agreement talks between European Union and East African Community were concluded after the deadline of October 1st. The exporters are expected to pay 670 million shillings monthly in taxes for up to 6 months, which may take for Kenya to go back to the duty-free status despite the conclusion of the trade deal on Tuesday this week in Brussels, Belgium.
We have been having quite a number of meetings with the private sector. First of all, to quantify, because after 1st of October, they indeed started paying taxes whenever they export to the EU. And the quantification of the taxes is actually 670 million per month, which will work out to around 7.6 billion per year.
He, however, said the government, through his ministry, is doing its best to have the EU fast-track the process and have Kenya back to its duty-free status for products entering the European market within 3 months.
It would be premature for me to say what the actual action will be, because it's a process that's going to take a bit of time. But we are in agreement. We have met in this boardroom quite a number of times. We have a technical team composed of both the private sector and our technical people to work out the best method of cushioning this.
And in sports, trials to select Team Kenya for next year's World Championships in Beijing and all African Games to be held 24th and 25th of July next year. The squad for next year's World Cross Country Championships, also in China, will be named on 14th of February. Athletics Kenya Vice President David Okeo says they will have a meeting with the Ministry of Sports, Arts and Culture before the year ends to discuss logistics for Kenya's campaign in the World Athletics Series. For more on this and other stories, do log on to our website www.capitalfm.co.ke/TV. I've been your host, Kasim Hassan Ali.